Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're doing some prep work and staging for the new duck pond expansion. But before we get into all that, we need to let the ducks out to the pond. Dabbles. Mumbles. Get your ducks together, geese. Come on, ducks. Duke, get Maple. Yeah, that's her favorite duck. And Clara. Good boy. Come on, Mumbles. We'll send you down to the pond to float. Yeah, Dabbles. Get Dee Dee. Oh, is that Anna stuck in the duck pen? How'd you get in there, girl? Hold on, I'll help you. Come on, ladies. Gorgeous girl. Head on down and float. I hear you laughing, Zoe. I'm coming. You laughing at Anna because she got stuck in the pen. You silly chicken, what happened? I'll get the gate open. You can all come out. Come on, Ron. Get your ducks together. Bring them out. Anna, follow the ducks. Follow the ducks, girl. Good. Hump up. Go float. Was that a tornado? We just had a little dust-nado right there. Swirling the leaves too. It's going across the yard or the pasture. That's neat. I can see it swirling in the pasture. It's going for you, turkey. You're getting sucked up by a tornado right now. We just had a little tornado. Turkey, where's all your friends? Oh, you're over there. Good, you were in safety. Take cover, turkey. There was a tornado. There might be more. That was actually pretty neat. That was a decent size, like 15-foot tornado right there. Probably still going through the cornfield. All right, Anna. Come here, girl. You pretty bird. Look at the blonde on your neck. You pretty girl. Don't go that way. You're gonna get stuck again. Come this way. Come on. We'll get you back with the chickens. There you go. Your feathers are gorgeous right now. Everybody else is going into molt. Hey, Sapphire. You're a pretty girl too, but you're young, so here you go. I'll open the gate. You ladies head on in. Come on, girl. There's your sister. 2 Sapphires. One likes to lay eggs in the duck stall. Come on, girl. Through the plant. Come on, get inside. There you go. Alright, I gotta do a barn turnover, get everybody fresh water and feed. And if you missed last video, we did a turkey blockade upgrade. We actually added branches to the board that we added before. And it worked last night, so hopefully it continues to work. Because I am tired of getting turkey off that roof. Huh, pup. They're not aggressive, but whenever they kick their legs, they have big claws on the end of their feet. So we got the branches on there to block them from jumping underneath the board and over the board. And it worked last night. Hopefully it continues to work. But today we are talking about the duck pond. And we are going to be doing a pretty large duck pond expansion here. I am planning on keeping track of the cost of what it takes. Oh, puppy. Yeah, it drops off right there, bud. You almost went for a swim. The cost of what it takes. Oh, puppy. Yeah, you can't just walk through the whole pond, bud. It gets deeper. Yeah, be careful, bud. I don't want to have to jump in there and save you. Oh, you're just going to test it all, aren't you? Don't be so confident with your steps. Oh, Echo, life. It drops off like 10 feet right there, bud. You're not going to get a second chance. Don't walk anymore. We're going to... Echo! Don't go any further. Echo! Careful, buddy, it drops off. You're standing on an edge. We're going to be doing an expansion, hopefully making it a lot bigger and probably even deeper as well. But before we get the big machines to come in here and start hogging dirt out, careful, Echo! Careful, you got to come this way. Echo, that's a big gap right there. You can't just walk anymore. This way. Come here. I don't want you falling in. But before we bring big equipment in here to start hogging out the dirt. What? Oh, we got a bird. There it is. You tell him, Pop. We have some prep work to do before we bring in the big machine. So today we're going to be starting that prep work and staging some of the materials I want to use. Duck zoomies. Go ahead. Getting some zoom. Look at that duck butt, Maggie. Upside down. You cute ducks. We're going to be making a bigger pond, so there's a lot we're going to be doing before we actually start the dig. And one thing is, I need to shape the island the way I want to do it before we take all the dirt away from it. I need to get the backhoe on top of there and start shaping the island like an egg, because I want to make that goose egg island. That's not going to be today though. We're actually going to be working over here, clearing a space. I want to raise up the ground over on this edge of the property. As you can see, it drops off pretty quickly. I have 3 trees here we're going to have to move, and then we're going to be taking the backhoe down this strip. And by we, I mean my dad. He's going to be taking the backhoe down this strip and taking off all the topsoil back here. So we got to move these trees, and I'm planning on actually just moving them up into the maple tree line, right in between all the maples. Once they're out of the pathway here, we're going to take all the topsoil out, going all along the tree line and stopping where the long grass is. And after that area, we're going to add some of the topsoil where Echo Pup is, going all the way out to the pine tree, because I want to build that up too as well. I already have to lift the mower deck not to hit the roots of the pine tree, so I want to put some more topsoil out here and try and build this up more level. We're not going to build it up completely level, but we're going to be changing the topography out here pretty good. And what we want to do is take the topsoil off first so we can put clay underneath and build it up, and then put topsoil back on top so we can grow grass. So this is going to be the first stage of taking the topsoil off over here, because we're going to be building up all the muck over here. It's going to take a while for the muck to drain out, because one of the first steps of doing the pond expansion is to dredge the original pond. And that's going to be some stinky water, and it's going to take a lot of time for it to drain out. So what we're going to do is put it over here on this edge of the property, and that's going to be able to drain out all winter long. And then once it dries out, we'll be able to come in here and move it around, get it leveled off, and we'll be able to put topsoil across that and get a new tree line planted. And if we use all the dredged soil over here, it should be pretty fertile. So today we're going to be moving a few trees and scraping some topsoil. And while it's still dry, before we get any rain, I do want to move some material. I have some rock set aside that I've been waiting for this project. I also have some logs set aside that I want to get moved before we start cutting up firewood for the winter. I don't want those getting intermixed, because I already have those saved in my head. So I guess technically we are going to be breaking ground here on the pond project, just not the actual pond expansion. And I also want to get some materials set aside so they're readily available whenever we get the machines here, and everything can go smoothly without wasting any time. We're going to try and take care of all the foreseen obstacles before the actual pond expansion starts, because there's always going to be some unforeseen. Come on, Bulls. You playing with that aerator again? I knew you'd be back. You pretty bird. Echo Pup taking care of business. Whenever you're ready, Pup. We got to get some fuel in the backhoe, and then we can start. All right, Pup. Hey, bud. All right, we got the trees replanted. Now we're gonna strip all the topsoil off of that back row. And by we, I mean my dad. Huh, Pop? All right, Pup, it looks like we got all the sod off the top of the row here. He's gonna start into the topsoil next. puppy. I'm over here by Sedgwick and the ducklings. Good boy, were you working? Did you get some work done in the backhoe? Good boy. You keeping an eye on your ducklings, Sedgwick? Good chicken. Needed to cool off, huh, pup? Got a lot of work done. I just stepped in turkey poo, so I had to get cleaned off. Birds. Good. Alright, pup, ground is broken. We have some topsoil taken off over here along the fence line. He pretty much just cut all the sod off for now and piled it up underneath the pine tree. He got some topsoil off, but there's a lot more here. It's probably a foot deep over here on this low end. So he's going to take out as much topsoil as possible, and we're going to have to bring in some actual dirt, some of the clay that we're going to be digging out, so we can build this up and then relayer the topsoil on top so we can grow some grass. But you can see the edge that we already cut out. That's about sod level there, but there still is some topsoil underneath. We don't want to bury the topsoil. That's what actually grows everything, so we want to keep that on top. But it is hard to tell on camera, but over here next to the pine tree, it's pretty low. So we're going to be building up this whole area. It's going to be rough for a little bit, but we're going to get this evened out and raised up. In some of the area, it is going to be easier to use a dozer, and we are going to be renting a dozer and a large excavator to do the pond expansion. So we're trying to get everything ready for the machine so we're not wasting any time when they're here. They are pricey, so I'm only going to be renting them for a weekend. Huh, pups, so we have to have everything ready to go before the machines get here. Now, my dad is done for the evening, so I'm actually going to get the other can of fuel in the backhoe, and we're going to go over and start moving some rocks. He's a lot more skilled at grading the ground with the backhoe, and if I try and take the topsoil layer off, I'm probably going to take a lot of clay with it and get messy topsoil. So we're going to get a better quality product, and it's going to go a little bit quicker if he does that part. But I have my own skill sets too. Oh, Mumbles is eating my watermelon. Oh, I just saw her bite the watermelon. Good girl. You didn't like it or what? It's been sitting there since yesterday. The chickens have theirs all cleaned. Huh, pup. Time to get in the backhoe, bud. Go move some rock. Now, my brother moved into my grandma's farm, and they had a lot of foundation stone up there from an old barn. There is still some up there, but I brought down a lot of that, and we used it to make the koi pond. So all of the stone here around the koi pond actually came from my grandma's. It was an old barn foundation from the 1800s. That's why a lot of it is squared off and not round stone. But I have some more of this as well, and I am planning on using it around the duck pond once we do the expansion. But it is in a pile, and I think it's covered in weeds right now, so I want to try and get those rocks out and available. We might even start taking some out to Duck Hill and getting them stacked and ready. But I have a little bit of daylight left this evening, so I think I'm just going to start pulling rocks out of the weeds. Huh, pup, you want to help? Oh, he might be taking a nap. Oh, you've been working hard today, huh, pup? Huh, Sedgwick? How's your watermelon doing? You've been showing your kids? I see you, little ones. Echo pup, you getting a little beach nap right now, bud? Hit the sand and you went out. We got work to do, buddy. We're running out of daylight. Echo pup, we got things to do. Come on, pup. What are you doing? Come on, pup, we're working. I'll meet you out there. right, we'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, Sedgwig. We're trying to get an early start today. You want to bring your ducklings out to play in the pond? I know, everybody went in to sleep with you last night, huh? It was crowded. Look at your new feathers coming on. You gorgeous bird. Getting all freshened up after ripping all your feathers out to keep your baby ducklings warm. Come on, little ones that aren't so little. Bring it out. Oh, all right. Go ahead, bring it out. Me and Echo have to go open the barn, and my dad's gonna get back to work on moving some dirt. Huh, birds? Come on, Mama's already over here working on watermelon. Sedgwig, getting some fruit for breakfast. Come on out, little ones, we got the triplets. Where's little Han Solo? Come on, duckling, it's morning. Everybody head down to the pond. Go for a swim. Good. Come on, buddy. Sedgwig's duckling was upstairs. There you are. Wake up, sleepyhead. Welcome. Alright, that was the first stop for the morning. I'm going to go up and open up the whole barn. My dad's going to get the backhoe started, and he's going to go out and continue taking off topsoil in the edge. The edge of the fence line there, we're going to remove all the topsoil and put it up there by the pine tree. And I did start pulling out some rocks from the weeds, so we're going to start getting those sorted and maybe even taken out next to the pond here so they're ready and available whenever we start digging. They are actually calling for some rain here in the next couple days. I don't know how that's going to affect the dig. We're probably not going to be digging here until maybe the end of October. Like I said, I'm trying to line up some materials, but I'm also trying to line up my dad and my brother's help for a whole weekend, and that takes a little bit of time to get set. So today is September 21st, so we're probably a month out from the actual pond dig, which is going to take place all in one weekend. So that's why I'm working on all the prep work now, so we can just dig it in one weekend. The big machines that we're going to be renting to do this project are not going to be cheap, so we got to make it happen in a weekend. And I think we can if we get all the prep work done first. So I'm going to have some coffee, open up the animals here at the barn, and then we can get started today. Huh, pup. Turkey first. I'm coming, birds. I'm coming, ducks. Well, my dad is moving dirt out by the pine tree right now, but he just notified me that the turkey escaped. This is the second escape of the morning. We had the goats escape earlier, and I got a short video of that. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe down below and get everything coming out here from Whitt Acres. But we also just had the turkey escape, it looks like. They pushed their way in to the pasture of the broilers. Hold on, turkey, why don't you come home? All the broilers went inside the bird box. I'm hoping a turkey doesn't duck its way inside that small door. Stay safe, broilers. I'll get the turkey back where they need to be. Hold on, let's close this gate so they don't go out into the field. Ow, my coffee's hot. Hold on. Yeah, I knew it. I'll just set my coffee down. The turkey will come running. They love coffee. You birds. Come on. Come on, you birds. Turn around. Let's get these turkey back where they're supposed to be. Beep, beep, scoot, scoot. Come on. Come on, follow me, turkey. Look at your beautiful head. Come on, turkey. You red, white, and blue birds. Over here, birds. Don't give me that strut. Come on over here. Hey, birds. Hey, turkey, come here. Echo pup, I could use your help. Come on, turkey. I know, pup, big bird up there. We're gonna see if they'll follow the backhoe in. It doesn't seem like it's working. Come on, turkey. Turk, 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 turk. They went to see their neighbors. Birds, we got work to do today. You can't be hanging out with the broilers. You tell them, Pop, no hunting zone. Turkey, come on. Come on, you got your own shade box. Turn around. Beep, beep, scoot, scoot. Let's go. Everybody. Come on, turkey. Come on, beep, beep, scoot, scoot. You can't play with the broilers. They're too small. I don't know if you will, but you might end up picking on them. Come on. Got to keep you separated. Come on, turkey. Around the corner with your friends. There you go. Beep, beep, scoot, scoot. Second escape of the day. We don't need a third. Come on, everybody around the corner. Keep going. Back to your pasture. You got more space than the broilers. Go ahead, you beautiful head. Yeah, red, white, and blue. Go on. They're always changing colors. All right, you too, Tom. I see a black signature. There we go. Let's get this gate closed. All right, whenever my dad took the backhoe out to the corner, all the turkey just followed him right into the fence there and pushed it open, and they just kept going straight into the broiler pasture. You birds, stay put. I'll let you out later, Mumbles. I don't want you guys getting underneath the backhoe tires, foraging for fresh dirt. Come on, pup. Works to do. turkey. Push it. You missed it. Rocks in the road, pup. ladies, you can go ahead and forage through my stone. Make sure there's no bugs in there. I don't want any spiders whenever I'm picking them up. Huh, Dabbles? You got your little entourage with you? You birds. We got a good bit of stone brought over here, and like I said before, this is actually all foundation stone. You chasing bees, pup? This is all old barn foundation stone that I got from my grandma's farm. But my brother doesn't like the look of this stone, so he didn't want any of it. He was just gonna push it off into the woods. I figured I could find a use for it down here, and we definitely will. Mumbles. Hustle on down there, girl. It's almost dinner time. But we got the stone brought out of the weeds and spread around here, so I'm able to see how much I have of the different sizes of stone. Pup. And I can really get an idea of where I'm going to be able to use it in the pond expansion. And I actually have a little bit more up at my brother's, and we probably will try and bring that down here before we start digging. And talking to my brother, we're probably going to be digging here in November, not late October like I said before. I got to wait for him to have time to operate the machine, and my dad to have time to operate the machine, and rent the machine, and get all those three things to line up. Because my plan here to dig the pond out is to rent a large excavator and a dozer to help move the dirt a lot more easily. And we're still going to use the backhoe to help move dirt. So I'm going to probably be in the backhoe, my dad will be in the dozer, my brother will be in the excavator. And hopefully with all three of us working together, we should be able to get the actual pond itself dug in a weekend. But there's a lot of things I'm trying to line up and get done before we get the machines here so everything can go smooth. And bringing all the rocks out here is a good step. I am starting to sort through these and figure out where I'm going to be putting them. But it was really nice to bring them out here whenever the ground was dry. We are going to be starting to get some rains here before we actually start the pond dig. So we're trying to get everything done that we can get done before the ground gets wet. And as you saw in the time lapse, we also spread some topsoil over top the road here so we can get some grass to start growing on there. It's probably not going to grow grass this year. We're too late in the season, but we do want topsoil on top of that clay that we built up there so it can grow grass in the spring. And before we do the pond dig, we're going to be removing all the topsoil where we're going to be digging so we can have that topsoil separate and we can spread that in the end. We already got a pretty good start of topsoil over there piling up. And we're going to be getting a lot more here because we want to strip the topsoil before we bring in the big machines. That way, once the big machines get here, we can just start digging. And over here was part of the prep work that we needed to do. I want to build up this edge of the property going down the fence line. So we took the topsoil out here and we're going to bring in some dirt, build this up, and then bring in some topsoil and put it back on top so we can start growing some grass. But this area down here is also going to serve another purpose. This corner that we dug out is going to be where we put all the sludge from mucking out the pond whenever we first start the pond dig. The very first step once the big machines get here is the excavator is going to start digging in the pond, taking out all the muck that the ducks have been dropping. And we're going to try and dig a deeper hole in this pond to try and get all the water to stay put, and then it won't mess up as we're digging outside. And all that muck is going to have to go somewhere that we don't want to track through it again. So we're going to put it on that edge of the property where it can all drain out, and then we won't have to be working in a mess. Bud, keep your ducks in a row. But I think we got a lot done today and it's dinner time. So that's going to be all for this one. If you want to keep following along with the pond dig and everything else that's going on here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave and you can see me and Echo. You coming, pup? Come on. Dinner time, bud. You can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. Good boy.